At all, not one bit, not
I'm,
one
I'm still,
bit.
I'm more respectable though. But I'm still crazy,
You're not, but I guess that even begins the
and
interview.
I'm calmed down.
You have not calmed down. That's the best way to say
I just like to
it.
have fun. My heart has been broken so much over the past 5, 6 years. I just like to laugh because at any given moment I might break down and cry. I ain't even gonna lie to you, honest to God.
Of course,
I
we're
have
talking
lost
with
so
Dave
many.
Tolliver. Dave Tolliver, along with Jason Champion, the original. Made that large. First of all, let me just say welcome.
Hey,
Glad to have you back in town.
Glad to be here, thank you so much.
So your heart's been broken.
oh man.
Who can break your heart, Dave? I can't imagine.
I mean, no woman could ever break my heart the way. I mean, just the losses. I mean, it started off real rough. I mean, when Gerald passed, then like a few months later, my grandmother passed, then Sean passed, then a couple more people passed. I mean, it was just pass. Then last year, I lost like the only other lady that I would call mom. It was my aunt Gail. She passed that breast cancer. I mean, that cancer thing is it's crazy right now. You know what I mean?
But you still continue to go on.
I don't have a choice because otherwise I don't want to be living in the streets. I'm too big to live in a box.
Jason, now push your back with Minute Line.
Yes, ma'am.
And what happened? Where you been? Where you been?
You know,
Woo-wee, where you been?
After we, I don't say broke up, because it
No, we
wasn't really a
didn't.
breakup, it was more of a,
Mutual decision.
yeah, mutual thing, whereas I felt, because of my religious beliefs, my faith and stuff, I just felt God, took me in a whole nother, well, I didn't feel, I knew that it was God that was taking me in another direction.
Mm.
And, Dave, everybody knows his story, but when I was calling him to tell him that I think that we'd done our last concert together, I picked up the phone to dial him, and I dialed, and I never heard a ring on the other end. And he had called me, and I picked up the phone before the ring registered, and he was calling me to tell me that basically the same thing. So it was definitely a divine situation where it was time, and we both knew it was time. And so after we split up, I went on to do other things with Kirk Franklin and a solo album, which was, for the most part, a big success. And that's what I've been doing, taking care of
So
my wife
what
and
was
my
it like working
children.
with Kurt?
The best way to describe it would be that I was young, and it was the second time, now that I look back in retrospect, it was the second time that God, my whole music career, I've been blessed to be around probably two of the greatest icons music has ever known on both sides of the pendulum, which R&B with Gerald Levert and then gospel with Kirk Franklin. Both of those guys, but since you asked about Kirk, he's a stickler. He's a meticulous in the studio. He's a perfectionist, and I couldn't have asked for a better situation in terms of once again being back in the saddle and learning how to. I learned so much just from watching him, how he produces and how he does, certain things, how he approaches a project, writing and stuff like that. From that standpoint, it was incredible.
Wow. So now while you were off singing with Kurt, Dave, you were doing plays.
Man, out of the 80 million players I've worked with, everybody from Fantasia to Thelma from Good Times to Big Red to Clifton Powell to Dave Hollister to Johnny Gill to everybody and their mama.
So what's it mean to be back together now?
You know what? Man, I really, I'm like, I mean, I don't know, at first I was like, man, let's get this paper. But I'm sitting here with this man right now, and I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'm touched. I'm glad to be back with him right now, because this dude here, he was younger, but I always looked up to him, his vocals, because he was like one of the greatest I'd ever heard in my life at such a young age. And I used to get so intimidated, being a grown man in the studio.
Intimidated, I can't
I'm a man. I'm 41 years old now, so I can admit some things. You know what I'm saying? Being in the studio with Gerald Levert and with Reverend Pappy over here, dude, this dude was phenomenal. And I listened to those records, and I love Gemini. I love Gemini so much. I love him. He is my brother. But this dude right here is one of the greatest vocalists of all time.
Wow, that's big.
To me, in my eyes, I mean, if people ask me who my favorite was, at listening to all the people I've been with, because I've been around radio since I was 4 years old, with the great Lynn Tolliver. So I've heard everybody from, everybody, from Ray Charles to Joe and Charlie Wilson. And I mean, my favorite singer of all time is Joe Thomas. Then it's Charlie Wilson, Jason Champion is in like my top 10. But I mean, he is one of the greatest of all time.
No, I don't say this because you're my dear friend. I won't say it, but it's the truth. You guys have always been really kind of close to my heart. I've always loved Miller Lodge. And you know my favorite song.
What is that?
You know what it is. You know it's So Long.
So Long, yeah.
I've always loved that.
You know, for a long time I hated that song
Why?
because
What you
Number
should- wait,
one,
wait, wait,
I would-
what you should have hated was those green suits. Y'all wore with the turkey.
Green, yellow ones.
That's what you should
she
have.
going over that old timing,
Yeah.
that old timing, the sprites.
One of the bad decisions among many that we made.
But you know, during that time, it was people who were doing wild stuff. They was wearing the shiny shirts and the pastels, and we had on the wild pair stacks. You know, we was rocking that, and we was wearing the apple hats with the studs on it. We was Boys from the Hood at first.
That's what we started out as, yeah.
We really started as BBT. We had that record out in '86.
Right,
Girl
David
and do the
Thomas,
Beethoven.
Right.
Yeah,
we sure did.
man, you
Wow,
forgot about that?
I did.
Yeah, man, we stars, man.
So who are you now?
We Men at Large, the original.
Yeah, we're doing what does that mean?
Two of the greatest to ever do it in my eyes. I think you can put us up against anybody. And we got Big Jay Sean behind us, who just lost 100 pounds, looking all sexy and stuff. I said, man, if I turned that way, I'd be sitting on your lap, brother. You look
Stop it.
Wow.
Stop it. Oh,
No, I'm
God.
joking. I'm joking.
Stop it.
That's Jay Sean Champion.
Big Jay Sean Champion. That's Jason's
But he has a
brother.
story of his own.
Oh yeah, Jay Sean.
He's worked with so many
Oh
wonderful
man, he's
artists.
worked with Usher, R. Kelly, Joe, Music Soul Child, Jesus Christ Superstar. No, he's worked with everybody. He did stuff on Jason's album. I told you, I'm telling you, man, I have to laugh to keep from crying sometimes. I'm feeling the vibe right now, really.
So tell us about the tour. This is gonna be huge for you guys.
It is.
Getting back out there with some big artists.
Yeah, this tour. I'm sorry, man. You know I got the clown, brother. We back. It's me back, Pappy. It's me and you, buddy.
Absolutely.
Yes. We used to have these characters we used to get to. Yes. I think it's going to be hot. I think eventually down the line, it's going to get bigger because we've decided to do some more dates. And the lineup is Dave Hollister from Blackstreet. He's a phenomenal singer, gospel, back in R&B again. Donnell Jones, Atlanta native, had a couple hits. Carl Thomas from the Bad Boy Movement, he had a couple hits. And I think this is a singer show. A lot of these shows out here, you don't see a lot of talent like that, but I think you're going to be gainfully entertained that night. I think it's going to be hot.
It's the So Seductive Tour, and it's Post on Sweet Success.
Oh, yeah, baby.
So, you know, I guess, what could you give the ladies? Sweet Success again?
You go first. Then I'll tell them mine.
Now you want to let me talk, huh?
Go ahead. You go first, then I'll tell them mine.
What was that question again?
I know what he wants to give you.
What was that question, Kim?
What could you give the ladies to Sweet Success?
I think the best thing we could give them is really some really good entertainment, some nostalgia from remembering the original Men at Large from 20 years ago, tickling their fancy as far as some
Literally.
of those great songs that they like to rock to, and hopefully just provide a really, really safe and a great night of entertainment for them to enjoy.
A lot of sweat.
And
I'm scared to ask
And
you.
breathing
I'm
heavy.
scared for you to answer that question. I can't let you walk away.
Well, ask me what we going to give them?
No. Well, first of all, before I even go there, the show is this Saturday
Mm-hmm.
at the State Theater.
Mm-hmm.
You can still get tickets.
Oh, most
absolutely,
definitely.
yeah.
Still get
But
the
you better
tickets.
get them quick because they're almost gone.
Almost gone. And the show starts at
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock Saturday night.
Doors open at 7. Show starts at
And
8.
we going on first.
The So Seductive Tour, so you're trying to tell us to be on time.
Better
You
be
better
there because
be.
we going on
You
You miss
first.
it, you miss it.
So
You
if I
okay.
miss a little bit, can you give me a little taste?
Mm-mm.
Come on,
Dave
Dave.
can.
Come on, Dave. Come
Dave
on,
is
don't make
always
me bad.
prepared for
But
that.
I know he's always, but I know he is.
Should I sing So Alone real low? Like the old way?
Let him have it.
Jason, I need you to.
I need you, brother.
Yeah, this is your moment.
No, this is my house. Cleveland, this is my house. So I'm saying this used to be my house. It's still my house.
So if they don't get there on time, what you gonna give them?